Always remember, your focus determines your reality.
In time, you will learn to trust your feelings. Then you will be invincible.
The greatest teacher, failure is.
Peace is a lie. There is only passion.
May the Force be with us all.
For most of recorded history, the Force has been described as an energy field, an invisible presence surrounding and binding all living things. But the deeper one ventures into ancient records, the more that definition fails. There are moments in galactic history when the Force does not merely guide life. It appears to create it, reshape it, or inhabit it directly. The most widely documented example is Anakin Skywalker, a child born without a biological father, conceived through the direct action of midi-chlorians. To religious orders, he was prophecy. To political powers, an asset. To a historian, he is evidence. Evidence that the Force can intervene in biology itself. Yet Anakin may not have been unique. Long before the Republic, explorers encountered beings who did not simply wield the Force. They embodied it. On the realm known as Mortis, existed three entities collectively called the Ones: the daughter, the son, and the father. They represented light, dark, and balance in living form. Their abilities defied mortality, physics, and linear time. Observers noted they did not draw upon the Force. They were the Force, given shape. Most revealing was the father's belief that Anakin could succeed him, not serve him, not learn from him, replace him. This suggests that a being created through the Force could ascend to become a stabilizing presence for the galaxy, a living anchor of balance. Not all manifestations align with light or dark. On the remote world of Atollon, travelers encountered an ancient entity known as the Bendu. He described himself simply as the one in the middle. His presence altered storms, terrain, and perception. Some scholars concluded he was not a creature empowered by a vergence, but a vergence that had awakened, a concentration of the Force achieving self-awareness. There are darker transformations as well. Ancient records describe a mortal servant of the Ones who became Abeloth after exposure to powerful Force nexuses. She evolved into something neither alive nor dead, manifesting across multiple bodies and influencing minds across vast distances. Her existence demonstrates that the Force can not only create life, it can distort it beyond recognition. Creation and corruption may be two expressions of the same phenomenon. In other cases, the Force manifests not through individuals, but through connection. The bond between Rey and Ben Solo formed what ancient Sith doctrine describes as a dyad. Two beings sharing a single presence in the Force. Matter passed between them across light years. Power intensified exponentially when they acted together. This was not cooperation. It was unity. One existence expressed through two lives. Yet all of these manifestations may originate from something far older and harder to comprehend: the Whills. Ancient fragments refer to entities sometimes called the shaman of the Whills, observers existing beyond conventional space and time. Unlike later traditions, these teachings describe the Force as possessing intention, even authorship. Midi-chlorians, according to these accounts, are intermediaries, microscopic life forms translating the will of the Force into biological reality. The Whills do not govern empires, wage wars, or reveal themselves openly. They observe, guide, and when necessary, intervene. Some interpretations suggest beings like Anakin were not random miracles, but deliberate corrections. Living instruments introduced to restore balance when the galaxy drifts too far from equilibrium. If accurate, the Chosen One was not merely born, he was deployed. Legends also tell of the Celestials, precursor entities said to have reshaped star systems and engineered hyperspace routes in the earliest ages of the galaxy. Whether they served the Whills, opposed them, or discovered similar truths remains unknown. Either way, the Force has influenced life not only at the level of individuals, but entire civilizations. What pattern emerges? The Force manifests life in many forms. Direct creation, Anakin. Embodied archetypes, the Ones of Mortis. Awakened nexuses, the Bendu. Transformative corruption, Abeloth. Unified existence, dyads. And possibly guided evolution through ancient powers now vanished. None of these phenomena are reproducible. None follow consistent rules. They are not governed by natural law, but by intention. If the Whills shape the currents of the Force, then beings like Anakin are not anomalies. They are interventions, messages written into the fabric of life itself. The question is not whether such manifestations occurred before. Evidence suggests they have. The real question is whether they are occurring now, hidden among ordinary beings, unnoticed until balance demands otherwise. I leave this record not as doctrine, but as invitation. Study the patterns. Question inherited truths. Look beyond the narratives of orders and empires. And remember, the Force is not merely something that surrounds life. At times, it becomes life. This Kybercron was opened by veteran Kybercron archivist Alessandris Richport. The dedication of her and our other archivists helps strengthen our knowledge of the Force. May the Force be with you, always.
If this holocron stirred something, if it made you question what the Force truly shows, subscribe. More Kybercrons are already open. Forgotten knowledge, buried truths, and echoes the Jedi tried to silence. You'll find them waiting in the playlist on your screen. And now, the archive turns to you. If there's a lost truth, a question, or a shadow in the lore you want uncovered next, leave it in the comments below. Every Kybercron begins as a fragment, and some of the strongest fragments come from those who listen closely. If your idea becomes the next episode, your name will be entered into the archive and spoken aloud. But when that Kybercron is opened, knowledge is meant to be shared until the next Kybercron is unsealed and another truth is brought into the light. This is Jalen Tross, Keeper of the Kybercrons, signing